All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. As about 48 hours from the time this recorded, they have a primetime matchup at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Raiders season thus far has been extremely lackluster. The Week 1 victory over Denver has pretty much been completely forgotten about because of the demolition loss, the blowout loss to the Buffalo Bills this past week. But Las Vegas finds themselves in a very interesting position right now because first things first, like the rest of the AFC West does not look like the AFC West of the past couple of years. But you're playing a Pittsburgh team who has one of the best defenses in the entire National Football League. However, if there's a team that is worse offensively right now or just about even with Las Vegas, which by the way, the Raiders are putting up 13.5 points per game. They are third last in the NFL in both yards and points per game. Well, Pittsburgh is kind of in the same boat. You know, the Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns this past week due to 2 defensive touchdowns. The Steelers currently have 0 first downs in the first quarter. Yes, that's a real statistic. The Pittsburgh Steelers, through 2 games, 30 minutes of first quarters, they don't have a first down. No, they don't have points offensively. They don't have a first down. So what do I need to see from Las Vegas this upcoming week? I need points on the board, first possession. I want to get that. I want to win that coin flip. I want to get the ball. And first off, Jakobi Meyers is playing. Jimmy G, Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs. Points on the board. Get the ball to your playmakers. Now, we're going to talk about all of this stuff in tonight's video. But before we do, if you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button, I really would appreciate it. Raiders Nation, we are trying to get the channel to 10,000 subscribers sooner rather than later. So if you get this video to 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. So the fact to me, like the Raiders' Week 1 victory has been just completely forgotten about because of the blowout loss. And it makes sense. It was terrible. Outside of the first possession of the game, the Raiders looked abysmal. I mean, Josh Jacobs, the league leading rusher last season, 9 carries for -2 yards. I don't care that it was a blowout. I don't care. The offensive line has yet to give up a sack. And for some weird reason, I haven't really felt that flow. I haven't really felt that consistent flow with the Raiders offense through the first 2 games, which is just weird considering the offensive line, which is typically the longest positional group to get clicking. It usually takes at least a month because of the longer season and shorter preseason. You see a lot of teams not starting their starters in the preseason. So, you know, weeks 1 and 2 are kind of getting back into the swing of things. It's just weird. You know, Josh Jacobs on the season has 46 yards. I can't believe it. Josh Jacobs, I've seen Josh Jacobs run for 46 yards on a play, and the guy has 46 yards through 2 games. So regardless of how the first 2 weeks went, I need to see more rushing attack. You know, I get it. It was a blowout loss. I want more than 9 attempts by Josh Jacobs. And obviously I need more than -2 rushing yards from the guy who was the league leading rusher in the National Football League last season. First and foremost, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is that good. I mean, they're top 5 in my opinion. The Las Vegas Raiders need to win the turnover battle. They cannot put Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers offense in, friendly field position, right? The Raiders are losing the turnover battle right now, 4-0 in 2 games. I don't even need to explain why that is unsustainable. I know that the defense isn't perfect, and I know that the defense, especially last season, dealt with a lot of issues, particularly getting sacks, particularly getting interceptions, just causing turnovers and making big-time plays. But offensively, one of the big reasons why I was excited about Jimmy G was because the dude doesn't really make too many mistakes. Every quarterback is going to make mistakes. Every player is going to make mistakes. But Jimmy G, for the most part, is the perfect definition of a game manager. But through 2 games, yes, we have seen a 72% completion percentage, but we're only seeing 192.5 yards through the first 2 games. But the most important statistic, 3 interceptions for Jimmy G so far through 2 games. That is going to change. That is not going to be something that happens the entire season. Keep in mind, last year, before Jimmy got injured, played 11 games for San Francisco and had 4 total interceptions through 11 games. So I'm not sounding the alarm. I need it cleaned up. I need it fixed. But like I said, I'm not sounding the alarm. It's great news that Jakobi Meyers is going to be playing, because one thing that I know a lot of Raiders fans would agree with this, there has not been much ball distribution outside of Davante Adams and Jakobi Meyers, which is leading. And especially when your starting running back has 46 yards through 2 games, What is the Raiders' offense right now? I'll give you the answer. We're all thinking it. It's extremely predictable. They're either going to go to Davante Adams or, in game one, they were going to go to Jakobi Meyers. Through 2 games, Davante Adams has a total of 17 targets. Jakobi Meyers has 10, but he only played 1 game. Outside of that, Josh Jacobs is the 3rd leading target guy with 9. Now, I know Josh Jacobs can catch. In fact, I want him to catch more. I want more run back screens. He's a playmaker. Get the ball in his hands. But there were reasons that you drafted guys or even signed guys like Austin Hooper, who only has 3 targets through 2 games. Michael Mayer, who you drafted in the 2nd round, borderline 1st round pick. He has 1 target. He's got 1 target and 1 catch for 2 whopping yards. The 4th leading target receiver on the Las Vegas Raiders. Take a guess right now. Think in your head. The answer is Ameer Abdullah. Now, I know Ameer Abdullah can catch. As a running back, he does a great job of it. But this is why I have guys like everybody we just named. This is why I drafted Trey Tucker, not to throw the ball 1 time to Trey Tucker. This is why I still have Hunter Renfrow. When you go back and you watch the tape on Hunter, he's technically played in 2 games. He has 1 target and he has 1 catch for 23 yards. They're using him so wrong, which is so weird to me because Josh McDaniels has so much success with players like Hunter Renfrow, specifically Wes Welker in his New England days. It's just weird. Hunter Renfrow 2 years ago was one of the best. He was unarguably a top 5 slot wide receiver in the National Football League. They're sending him deep every single play. They're literally sending him deep every single play, which makes 0 sense to me. So regardless, I need 3 players. I know Jacoby's going to eat. I know that Davante's going to eat, but I would love for a tight end to get involved, whether it's going to be Austin, whether it's going to be Michael, maybe a little bit of both. That would be kind of ideal. That was kind of the whole plan with it. But Trey Tucker, Hunter Renfrow, get one of these guys involved. Even DeAndre Carter, get somebody else involved whose name isn't Davante and Jacoby, all right? Primetime football, all right? A win here would go an extremely long way. I mean, I don't even need to explain it. But luckily, they've got Pittsburgh at a really good time right now. But just looking forward, if they could get this victory at home, head into Los Angeles for their Week 4 matchup on the road against Los Angeles Chargers, you're 2-1, you're number 1. I mean, they're still number 1 in the AFC West. This is a big momentum game. All right. After Chargers got Green Bay, New England, Chicago, a bunch of winnable games on the schedule here. And thankfully, they're catching Pittsburgh and Los Angeles, kind of what feels like at the perfect time. So that's it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed it, obviously be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. But Raider Nation, I want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. I would love to hear a score prediction on tomorrow night's game, or two nights from now's game. But that's it for today. Have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully stay tuned for Sunday night for a late victory upload, hopefully, right? Fingers crossed. Let me know a score prediction. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you guys.